to the third edition of Patriot Talk. Today we have with us the women's soccer team. Representing the women's soccer team is Ciarra Carr and Adrienne Bishop. Ciarra, how are you doing today, Ciarra?
Good, how are you, Justin?
I'm doing well. Ciarra, where are you from?
Asheville, Ohio.
And where is that located in Ohio?
30 minutes south of Columbus.
All right, and Adrienne, I don't think you're from Ohio.
No. I'm from Oldham County.
And you went to what high school?
North Oldham.
North Oldham. Okay, so you're from the state of Kentucky.
Yes.
So it makes a little more sense how you got here.
Yes.
Ciarra, you're from Ohio. You're not. You look at our soccer roster, and you're one of the few people not from the state of Kentucky. So how did you end up at St. Catherine College?
I went to this camp called ODP with a bunch of college coaches, and I went and visited a bunch of schools, and I like this one the most because it was more like home.
All right. We get that answer a lot. It is supposed to be not college, it's home, right?
Right, right.
And so, Adrienne, how did you end up at St. Catherine?
I was playing indoor with my club team, and Paul Patton was actually there watching another girl, but he saw me and made me an offer to come play.
Well, so speaking of Paul Patton, I know that one of the most popular topics we quite frequently hear about around here is our Paul Patton stories. So, what is it like to play for the famous Paul Patton?
It's special. He's a good coach. He's very positive and outgoing, and he's not extremely hard on us, but he makes sure that we get the job done.
What any embarrassing stories you'd like to share about Paul? Now remember, he's going to watch this.
I'll tell you. No.
Now,
I can't think of it.
I've heard of lots of stories of him singing in bands.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he does sing.
He's a great singer.
On a boat song.
Yeah.
And so, Adrienne, for you, this is your second assistant coach that you've played for.
Yes.
Katie is a new coach to the school. She's young, obviously, just graduated from Western Kentucky. So what is it like to play for your second assistant coach?
It's good. She's got a lot of positive input. She used to play for, like I said, WKU, so she knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing.
And Ciarra, of course, this is your first assistant coach. And how have you adjusted to having Katie here?
I mean, she's nice. I get along with her. And she knows what she's talking about. She's always positive with us, showing us new things.
And it's kind of hard to not be positive around Paul Patton.
Exactly.
That's for sure. He is definitely a positive Polly. So we got a big game coming up here, guys. You guys played Cumberland University earlier in the season, lost to them by 1 with literally 20 seconds to go on the clock. Ciarra, of course, you had the assist in that game to Courtney Anderson for our goal. Of course, the score was 0-0 at halftime, and then we scored right out of the gate in the second half. So, what are your feelings coming into this game?
Anxious.
Nervous.
Excited.
I just want to beat them.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
the
We
first time. This is the first time we've ever been in a semifinal game. As we were talking about earlier, Adrienne, we're not used to playing this time of the year. This is great.
No.
You guys are here.
It's freezing.
And so you had a great year last year. The team was much improved from where it had been last year. And of course this year, you know, the expectations weren't extremely high for this squad, but you guys have really turned it around. We have 4 seniors on this team. Of course, Adrienne, you're one of them, and then some really good freshmen and sophomores that have stepped up. And Ciarra, you are a freshman on the field, and we all know you're a sophomore in the classroom, but you are a shreshman, is that what we were calling it? A mix of a freshman and a sophomore. So how are you able to play as a freshman underneath our seniors? Do you take anything from our seniors?
Yeah, I look up to them. I want to play the best I can every game for them. And since this has never happened, like us making it this far, I want to win for them so they don't go out on a low note.
Now, it is kind of funny. If you look at soccer stats, for those of you who don't know a lot about soccer stats, they don't really keep a whole lot of defensive stats except for goalie stats. So Adrienne is, of course, a defender, and Ciarra, you spend most of your time on the offensive side of the ball. But Ciarra, you have a whopping 1 goal in the season. So, you know, but that's not such a bad thing because in soccer you contribute many other ways instead of just scoring. So it's kind of interesting when we look at our stat sheets. I tried to pull some stats on you guys, and I was like, well, I have nothing to talk about with this. But Adrienne, what is different this year for you on the defensive side?
It's a lot easier. Our defensive line is still the same as it is. You know, we're a bunch of juniors and seniors, but it's a lot easier because we have such a good offense this year, so we don't have to do as much work.
I see you guys have figured this out. You're both sitting right here. You're going to talk positive about each other. So, anything different for you this year? I know you got to watch last year's team.
Right.
Are you comfortable playing with this offensive system, or?
Mhm. Yeah, I trust our defense if we need them. So, and then our offense, I feel is really good, and our defense contributes a lot. They'll come up a lot and help on the offensive side.
And so, once again, going into that game at Cumberland comes in ranked number 7. And then, of course, they knocked off, at the time, number 1 Lindsey Wilson earlier in the year to win our conference. That's how they won the regular season, and which is why we're playing them. Normally, you'd look at being the 4th seed instead of the 3rd, kind of a bad thing. But in our case, it worked out well for us because Cumberland is a team we match up better with. So it's an opportunity. But does that number 7 mean anything to you?
No, not at all.
I think when we played them the first time, they were 14th. So,
Yep.
I mean,
Rankings aren't everything.
exactly.
All right, and Adrienne, you know very well our record at Lindsey Wilson is not exactly the greatest, but you're at Lindsey Wilson under the lights. Of course, tomorrow you won't be under the lights; you'll be under the sun. So it's a 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow at Lindsey Wilson.
1 o'clock here, noon
Yeah,
there.
1 o'clock here, noon there. So you guys have an opportunity to make school history, make a final. You've already made school history; you've gotten this far. So anything else you'd like to share?
Ready to play?
Ready to go?
Yep.
Ready to go.
All right.
Ready to kick some butt.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys, on getting this far, and we'll see the results tomorrow.